You see, in Nevada, they've got this rule where if you lend a helping hand in a murder, you might find yourself in the murderer's shoes, legally speaking, that is. Here, the judge was inquiring whether the case at hand was being considered for a death review. But then, KEEFE D piped up, looking for answers. You could almost see the sweat on his forehead. Since his troubles are far from over, let's look at KEEFE D's disturbing message from jail. Disturbing messages. On Thursday, November 2nd, 2023, in a Las Vegas court, KEEFE D strongly denied the serious murder charge against him. When Judge Tierra Jones asked how he pleaded, he firmly said, "Not guilty." After the hearing, the Clark County District Attorney, Steve Wolfson, shared their view on the case. Wolfson said, "We talked about it, and I determined that it's not a case in which we should seek the death penalty." He emphasized that their main focus is presenting the evidence to a jury, and it's the jury that will make the final decision. This information was reported by the Review Journal. This hearing came after KEEFE D delayed his second court appearance. When he finally appeared in Clark County Court, he didn't have a lawyer with him. In court, he wore a blue jumpsuit and shackles, and the proceedings were quick. The potential lawyer, who is over 60 years old, wasn't sure if they would take the case and asked for 2 more weeks to decide. This was KEEFE D's second time in court without a confirmed lawyer. He asked for more time back in early October because his attorney couldn't make it. The district attorney, Steve Wolfson, emphasized the need for a speedy trial to make progress in the case. On the same day, we learned that KEEFE D initially considered hiring Ross Goodman, a well-known Las Vegas lawyer and the son of Mayor Carolyn Goodman, for his upcoming court case. However, it turns out that Ross Goodman won't be representing KEEFE D in the legal proceedings. In an interview with the U.S. Sun, Ross Goodman mentioned that he's unsure about taking on KEEFE D's case, but he knows KEEFE D is eager to prove his innocence. Even though he hasn't thoroughly examined the case, Mr. Goodman did share some potential defense strategies. He noted that there's no evidence of weapons or vehicles being involved, and there aren't many reliable witnesses. 2 weeks later, we learned that KEEFE D cannot afford a lawyer and that he will be using a public defender. As expected, there are many reactions to this news. One comment expresses frustration and impatience with the legal process. They believe that the fact that KEEFE D is using a public defender in a case related to Tupac's murder is enough evidence of guilt, suggesting that there's no need for a court hearing and KEEFE D should be incarcerated immediately. They said, "Public defender for Tupac murder? No need for a court hearing. Lock him up already." One comment humorously speculates that KEEFE D's public defender might be a Tupac fan, suggesting that the defender could potentially go hard on him due to their appreciation for the late rapper. The comment said, "Public defender finna be a Tupac fan." Another person sarcastically hopes for KEEFE D to have the worst public defender available. They said, "I pray that be the laziest public defender in the whole city, the bum de la creme of lawyers, the toenail of the legal fraternity." One comment implies that KEEFE D is likely to be convicted and incarcerated, and that he'll soon be in the same correctional facility as Marion Shuji Knight. The comment said, "He cooked. He will be in there with Suge very soon. Rip to the GOAT though." Speaking of Suge, shortly after KEEFE's arrest, TMZ interviewed Suge Knight, and his response was unexpected. In the interview, Suge talks about his surprise regarding KEEFE D's arrest and their personal connection. He didn't anticipate KEEFE's arrest and didn't want him to face legal trouble. He then discusses his relationship with KEEFE, highlighting that they were teammates on the same Power Water football team. Suge emphasizes the importance of getting the facts right and avoiding assumptions. The conversation shifts to the Tupac shooting case. TMZ reported that the district attorney said KEEFE D's nephew was the one who shot Tupac and KEEFE D knew about it, but Suge disagrees. He hints that only 2 people were in the car that night, and KEEFE D wasn't the shooter. When asked about testifying in court, Suge firmly refuses without giving a clear reason. He won't cooperate if called to testify. Suge also dismisses the idea that Orlando wanted to harm Tupac because of a previous incident. He implied that Orlando wasn't the shooter, but he doesn't reveal who he thinks the real shooter might be. In the news, one name that kept coming up was Diddy. And when it comes to Diddy, 50 Cent always drops 2 cents. We've learned from 50 Cent that rap feuds are a big part of hip-hop. When your favorite rapper starts making sly comments, sharing gossip, or dissing others, it's exciting to see what happens next. Sometimes it's a friendly exchange of words, but other times it's a harsh verbal battle. 50 Cent has a history of poking fun at or criticizing Diddy in different ways. Some of his comments are funny, while others are pretty harsh. Even though 50 Cent was busy with his final lap tour, he's still active on social media. On October 16th, 2023, he posted a video to his 30 million followers. He added the following caption to the video: "Laughing my out, brother love, show show some love. Damn, should have just sent this fool a few dollars. This video was an interview with Art of Dialogue. KEEFE D shares his thoughts about Diddy and their relationship. KEEFE D is unhappy with how Diddy treated people, including himself and others. He believes Diddy should have been more loyal. KEEFE D mentions an incident where one of his friends received gifts and favors from Diddy, like clothes and expensive cars. He then expresses regret for getting involved with Diddy, saying his life went downhill after meeting him. KEEFE D suggests he expected recognition or help from Diddy for their past connections. However, he feels let down because Diddy hasn't shown any support, even during tough times. KEEFE D also talked about Diddy's name change to Brother Love and implies it's ironic considering his experiences with Diddy. In the interview, KEEFE D says, "Throw my kids something, throw somebody kids something. Goddamn, Daddy Love, you ain't no love. That ain't love at all, dude. That's some bull. That ain't cool, dude. You know what I'm saying?" The interviewer is asking why it seems like Keefe's life was better before he got involved with Diddy and wants more details. KEEFE D explains, saying, "I was getting 300 kilos a month balling. Love. My was smooth, dude. My was laid out smooth, man. I met your all the heat and thunder come around with your." In the past, 50 Cent criticized Diddy for profiting from Biggie's fame. In 2010, 50 Cent used Twitter to start a campaign called Rip Big, where he accused Diddy of making money by using Biggie's name. He called for this to stop. Not too long ago, he said, "Damn, so Pat got lined by Brother Love. LOL, time to lawyer up. Might get sticky." He posted this only 2 weeks after authorities in Clark County revealed that Dwayne Keith "KEEFE D" Davis had been indicted for murder. I saved a comment for last. It's about Vlad TV interviews featuring KEEFE D. This person is surprised that KEEFE D, who was in those interviews, can't afford a private attorney. Now everyone is curious about what will happen with his public defender. Does he have a chance? Public defenders are crucial in the U.S. justice system. They protect the rights of people who can't afford private lawyers, as required by the Sixth Amendment. These individuals work for the government but are dedicated to their clients, not influenced by others. They know how the legal system works and have good relationships with judges and prosecutors, which helps them help their clients. The number of public defenders handling a case depends on the system. One defender for the whole case, or multiple defenders at different stages. Judges choose the defender based on the court or stage of the case. If you can't afford a private lawyer, you can ask for a public defender, but you must prove you meet the financial criteria. In a nutshell, public defenders, despite their government funding, are committed to their clients. Many wrongly believe public defenders are not as good as private lawyers. However, a recent study by the American Bar Association found that public defenders are often just as good as private attorneys. This study even suggests that having a public defender can lead to better results in legal cases. But in the case of KEEFE D, we can't be sure because of the amount of self-harm he's done to himself. KEEFE D wasn't arrested for Tupac's murder until September 29, 2023, even though he was a suspect from the start. He admitted his role in the attack in his memoir. In 2018, after a TV series about Death Row Records aired, KEEFE D talked about the shooting incident. This led to the police re-examining the case and ultimately charging him. In 2018, Lieutenant Jason Johansson's team received important information, including KEEFE D's confession, which was widely reported in the media. Then in July 2023, during an investigation at KEEFE D's home, they found a copy of his book, Compton Street Legend, which contained more details about the shooting. KEEFE D has never admitted to shooting Tupac Shakur. The alleged shooter is believed to be his nephew, Orlando Anderson. On September 7, 1996, Anderson, KEEFE D, and 2 other Crips members were in a car following Suge and Tupac, who were in a BMW. Gunfire erupted during this encounter, and Tupac was killed. Orlando Anderson later died in an unrelated gang incident in 1998, but had denied involvement in the Tupac case. Now the police are suggesting that KEEFE D was the one who orchestrated the plan. In 2008, KEEFE D confessed his involvement in the shooting to the Los Angeles police in exchange for protection in a drug case. This confession became well known and was mentioned in Greg Kading's book, Murder Rap, which documented the case by 2011 and was featured in a cover story in LA Weekly. KEEFE D's confession was a big deal for the Netflix series Unsolved in 2018. In the show, Lamar Tate played KEEFE D. KEEFE. D revealed that his nephew, Orlando Anderson, shot Tupac from their car, and he would have done it if Tupac had been on his side of the car. They used a hidden Glock .40 for the shooting. KEEFE D also claimed that Sean Diddy Combs asked him to have Tupac and Suge killed, but Diddy denied it. The conflict between Diddy and Suge started at the 1995 Source Awards when Suge insulted Diddy. At first, Diddy only wanted KEEFE D to target Suge, but he got mad at Tupac because of the diss song Hit 'Em Up, which targeted Biggie and the entire East Coast. Diddy and KEEFE D talked about a plan at Greenblatt's Deli where KEEFE D asked for $1 million to murder Tupac and Suge Knight. He assured Diddy that they could easily get rid of them. Tupac Tupac died, but the Southside Crips didn't receive their full payment. In 2018, KEEFE D, who had cancer at the time, revealed in the Death Row Chronicles that he was the only surviving witness to Tupac's death. He shared his story because he felt like he had nothing to lose. In the series, KEEFE D admitted he was in the car when shots were fired at Tupac. He was sitting next to the driver, Terrence Brown, and there were two others, Orlando Anderson and DeAndre Smith, in the back seats. They were on their way to Club 662, owned by Suge Knight, to see Tupac perform. However, they decided to leave before Tupac arrived. While leaving, they saw Tupac poking his head out of a car with some girls screaming for him. He said, "If he wouldn't even have been out the window, we would have never seen him." KEEFE D recalled a crucial moment when his car suddenly ended up beside Tupac's car at a red light. He was in the front seat and he saw his friend Suge Knight. He admitted that someone from the back seat shot Tupac, but didn't reveal the shooter, citing a street code. In his book, Compton Street Legend, KEEFE D goes deeper into the night's events. He talks about meeting Diddy and the events leading up to that night. The tension between the Southside Crips and Tupac grew due to Tupac's diss track, Hit 'Em Up, which angered the Crips. KEEFE D also mentions how the Southside Crips often traveled to Las Vegas to watch Mike Tyson fights. Little did they know that one particular trip would change their lives forever. In his memoir, KEEFE D talks about the events before the night of the shooting. He says that when they went to Las Vegas, Orlando Anderson, his nephew, didn't meet them at the MGM Grand Cafe as planned. Then some 118 East Coast Crips told them they saw Death Row associates beating up Orlando Anderson near the casino. This, along with a Death Row chain being stolen by a Southside Crip, made the situation more intense. According to KEEFE D, these incidents made the plan to harm Tupac more urgent because the Southside Crips were upset and wanted revenge for what happened to Orlando Anderson. He wrote, "When conversations would come up about $1 million bounty on the heads of Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur, that was business. But after Tupac, Suge, and them Death Row jumped on my nephew Baby Lane, the became ominously personal." KEEFE D later felt sorry when he talked about the killing in the later part of his book. He wrote, "At this point in my life, I can say that I have a deep sense of remorse for what happened to Tupac. He was a talented artist with tons of potential to impact the world. I hate that Tupac's family, friends, and fans, especially his mother, Afeni Shakur, had to go through the pain of losing her son. It's terrible losing people like that. I know that pain too well. However, I stand firm on the point that Tupac, Suge Knight, and the rest of those didn't have any business putting their hands on my beloved nephew Baby Lane. Period. Them jumping on my nephew gave us the ultimate green light to do something to their ass. Tupac chose the wrong game to play and the wrong to play with. Suge and them should have done a better job of protecting that dude because they knew who the we were and the kind of we were capable of. Tupac may not have known, but Suge and his peeps definitely knew. Tupac was a guppy that got swallowed up by some ferocious sharks. He shouldn't have ever got involved in that bullshit trying to be a thug." After Compton Street Legend was published, KEEFE D discussed his experiences and the shooting of Tupac with DJ Vlad. He didn't spill all the details, suggesting people should read the book to learn more. When asked about who shot Tupac in the car, he replied, "I won't go into that. Let's keep it on the streets." When Vlad read a part about the shooting, KEEFE D basically confirmed it by saying, "Yeah, that's what happened." Did Diddy order the hit? When asked if he killed Tupac in an interview, he said, "We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't entertain nonsense. With all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you." After giving this awkward response, some people also talked about a song from 1999 called Muscle Game, where Diddy mentioned something like, "You see, in this game, only the strong will survive and the weak shall pass. See, a lot of cats think with they brawn, not with they brain, huh? Come on, man. With me, I'll drop $1 million on your head. Erase you and your whole family. Come on, now that's muscle." One thing is clear, people will keep talking about his possible involvement. After KEEFE D was arrested, Tupac's stepbrother, Mopreme Shakur, mentioned that the news was a mix of good and bad feelings. He said, "We have been through decades of pain. They have known about this guy, who has been running his mouth for years. He had been telling them the same story the whole time for 27 years. So why now? For us, this is not over. We want to know why and if there were any accomplices. We're in a constant state of grief and remorse and pain because we have to relive it, and relive what happened and think about, is just as difficult." Mopreme said he talked to Diddy, who denied being part of the Las Vegas murder. But Mopreme still wants a clear answer. Tupac's sister, Sekiwa, feels relieved that KEEFE D is in prison, but she's not celebrating yet. She wrote, "This is no doubt a pivotal moment. The silence of the past 27 years surrounding this case has spoken loudly in our community. It's important to me that the world, the country, the justice system, and our people acknowledge the gravity of the passing of this man, my brother, my mother's son, my father's son. His life and death matters matters and should not go unsolved or unrecognized. So yes, today is a victory, but I will reserve judgment until all the facts and legal proceedings are complete. There have been multiple hands involved, and there remains so much surrounding the life and death of my brother Tupac and our Shakur family overall. We are seeking real justice on all fronts. Now let's examine Diddy's history to see if there's any evidence that he might have ordered the hit. On November 4th, 1969, Sean Diddy Combs entered the world, destined to leave an indelible mark on the music industry. Raised in a single-parent household by his mother, Janice Combs, Diddy's early life was shaped by the challenges and triumphs that would fuel his relentless pursuit of success. Growing up in Harlem, Diddy was surrounded by the vibrant sounds of the neighborhood. The rhythm of life echoed through the streets, captivating his young mind and igniting a passion for music that would define his future. From a tender age, he would spend hours listening to soulful melodies and infectious beats, studying the lyrics of his favorite artists, and dreaming of one day making his music. But life in Harlem wasn't always easy. Diddy's family faced financial struggles, and his mother worked tirelessly to provide for him and his siblings. As a teenager, Diddy's talent and passion for music began to shine through. He immersed himself in the local music scene, attending neighborhood parties and talent shows, where he witnessed firsthand the power of music to unite and inspire. It was during these formative years that Diddy's dreams began to take shape, fueled by the belief that he had something unique to offer the world. In pursuit of his musical aspirations, Diddy took a leap of faith and embarked on a journey that would change his life forever. In the late 1980s, he landed an internship at Uptown Records, a prominent record label at the time. This opportunity allowed him to immerse himself in the world of music, learning the intricacies of the industry and honing his skills. Diddy's dedication and talent did not go unnoticed. He quickly rose through the ranks at Uptown Records, showcasing his keen eye for talent and ability to spot the next big thing. His relentless work ethic and passion for music propelled him to become one of the label's top executives, overseeing the production of hit after hit. But Diddy's ambitions didn't stop there. In 1993, he made a bold move that would forever change the trajectory of his career. He started his record label, Bad Boy Entertainment, to give a chance to artists who often didn't get noticed by big music companies. This was a major turning point for him, as he wanted to reshape the music industry and make a lasting impact on popular culture. With Bad Boy Entertainment, Diddy aimed to create a unique sound that was new, creative, and true to itself. He wanted to mix the powerful energy of hip-hop with the soulful melodies of R&B, making a style of music that would capture people all over the world. His way of making music and his talent for finding great artists made him stand out. One of the first artists he signed with Bad Boy Entertainment was the famous rapper Biggie Smalls. Diddy saw Biggie's amazing talent and lyrical skill, and together they made music that became a huge success, like Juicy and Big Papa, which made both of them household names. But tragedy struck in 1997 when Biggie was tragically killed in a drive-by shooting. The loss of his close friend and collaborator was a devastating blow for Diddy, but he refused to let it define him. Instead, he channeled his grief into his work, determined to honor Biggie's legacy and continue pushing boundaries in the music industry. Diddy's resilience and determination paid off. He went on to produce hit after hit, collaborating with some of the biggest names in the industry. One of Diddy's defining moments came with the release of his debut album, No Way Out, in 1997. The album, dedicated to the memory of Biggie, showcased Diddy's versatility as an artist and producer. It featured a diverse range of collaborations, from the soulful vocals of Faith Evans to the gritty rhymes of Mace. The album's lead single, I'll Be Missing You, became an instant hit, topping charts around the world. But Diddy's impact extended far beyond music. He was a true visionary, recognizing the power of branding and the influence of popular culture. In the late 1990s, he launched his own clothing line, Sean John, which quickly became a global phenomenon. With its sleek designs and urban aesthetic, Sean John revolutionized the fashion industry, earning Diddy accolades and establishing him as a style icon. Diddy's entrepreneurial spirit didn't stop there. He ventured into various other industries, including fragrance, television, and even vodka. His fragrance line, Unforgivable, became a bestseller, while his reality TV show, Making the Band, captivated audiences and launched the careers of several successful artists. Diddy's skill in expanding his brand into various markets showed how smart he was in business and confirmed his position as a successful and influential figure. But it was Diddy's impact on the music industry that truly set him apart. He was a master collaborator, bringing together artists from different genres and backgrounds to create music. His collaborations with artists such as Usher, Mary J. Blige, and Mariah Carey produced chart-topping hits and pushed the boundaries of what was possible in popular music. Diddy's influence extended beyond the studio and into live performances. His concerts were legendary, featuring elaborate sets, high-energy choreography, and show-stopping performances. He brought a level of spectacle and grandeur to the stage that was unparalleled. But with success came controversy. Diddy faced his fair share of legal battles and public scrutiny. From lawsuits to allegations of misconduct, he remained focused on his craft. craft, using his experiences as fuel for his music and his business ventures. Diddy's impact on popular culture cannot be overstated. He not only shaped the sound of a generation, but also influenced the way we consume and experience music. His innovative marketing strategies, larger-than-life persona, and relentless pursuit of excellence set the stage for a new era in the music industry. Today, Diddy's legacy continues to inspire and empower aspiring artists and entrepreneurs. His philanthropic efforts, including the establishment of the Sean Combs Foundation, further solidify his commitment to giving back and making a positive impact on the world. If you enjoyed this video, click on the card showing on your screen right now for more videos.